Women's sizing is so irregular and inconsistent that it damages confidence. Manufacturers have to specialize per retailer, and it promotes more returns. There's 2 policies I'd like to discuss today. One being to continue using fit models, and 2 to regulate sizing by the American Association for Testing and Materials, their code MP16, for all women pants. Kozinski stated in her dissertation from 2019, the current sizing methods are 1, using a fit model to enlarge or shrink sizes off of that, and 2, basing averages off of a large set of data. When comparing a size 8 pair of jeans between 7 retailers, the biggest inconsistency was the hip width. At Joe's Jeans, it was 36 inches. Levi's, Express, Gap, J. Crew all were 37 inches, and Old Navy was at 39.25 inches. Well, according to the universal size conversion chart, those disagree with their standards. A size 6 to 8, the hip should be at 38 to 40 inches, which means only 2 out of 7 of those retailers fit that. If you've ever returned a garment that doesn't fit, or have tried to buy online but didn't feel confident, this affects you. Men and children already have standardized sizing. The advantages of the current policies is that retailers are catering to their specific target market, creating loyalty and exclusivity. George Symington from Paris Sits Ltd. Agrees with that loyalty. He states that sizing cannot be standardized because of the seasonal changes in silhouettes, along with just a general concern that different styles will be limited. Not only is vanity sizing the problem, there's vanity in shopping. In a 2016 interview, they found women preferred size charts that didn't reveal their measurements, and it likely didn't hurt that the numbers were smaller to boot. Most people don't even know their measurement unless they've been fitted for a special occasion, and they don't want to be reminded of what size they are. Therefore, they continue to shop with their preferred retailer. Although there are advantages in the current policies, the deficiencies outweigh. Bailey conducted in a study of surveying apparel manufacturers, she found that Mrs. was the most popular line, even though they all had different size sales. Residing in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, manufacturers of women's apparel included 13 different companies who utilized 9 different size scales. In their response, the 8 manufacturers of petite apparel responded with 6 different scales. Due to there being sizing unique to specific retailers, there are consequences due to these inconsistencies. Having no universal standard results in more waste due to increasing prototypes, garment not matching the model, and communicating ineffectively across the seas. There's a lack of confidence in shopping, there's less inclusivity, there's more returns due to the irregular fit, and jobbers also feel this struggle at trade shows because they have to base their decisions off of loyalty and sizing off of the naked eye. There's more returns, which means less sales for that product, which results in overstock, and hopefully the retailer can sell the overstock back to the vendor. But private labels cannot sell back to the vendor, creating a greater loss, which leads to an alternate policy that I propose. According to Campbell and Horn in 2001, Canada did a trial between their size code M18 and the ASTM D5586 size code MP16. What they found was that the participants were pleased with the MP16 measurements for the prototype, but they did feel neutral about the pants because they had both positive and negatives of both. Everyone's going to have pros and cons, but if there's more pros than cons, it's a good decision to implement. ASTM body dimensions and apparel sizing D251915. The only way to access that is to purchase the manual, which is ranging anywhere from $50 to $70. And the last time this was updated was in 2015. How they utilize these measurements is through 3D avatars provided by Alvanon Inc. My plan of action is that number one, ASTM requires top retailers for jeans to take measurements of the waist and hip, give customers a small incentive to participate, and it would be similar to how Victoria's Secret already does measurements for their customers. The recording of these measurements would be taken for 1 month in the spring and 1 month in the fall. 2, after data is received at ASTM, there will be new avatars created by Alvanon Inc. that are up to date, and the sizes are based off the hip girth and the waist. And if averages have to be made, they should only be within a 1-inch parameter, not 2 to 3 inches like it is currently. 3, once sizes are formulated, then it's time to be implemented in production, which a good goal would be within 2 years to get to retailers. 4, pants with previous size standard should be marked down for maximum 3 months. Then they could be donated and retailers can claim that benefit on their taxes. In conclusion, there is a lot we can do to fix this problem. Currently, size 8 jeans from 7 retailers is so irregular that it has a size gap of 10%. This damages women's body image and confidence, all because of vanity sizing. Canada already has standardization, and they implemented that against the ASTM MP16 trousers, and the participants were pleased. ASTM also uses their avatars from Alvanon Inc. since 2015, but it's time for new data. We need to be more inclusive and efficient with a new size scale. It is 2020, it's a new decade. It's time to size pants to our women, not make hasty generalizations due to vanity sizing.